What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Joker DC movie video. So if you're new to the channel and you do enjoy the video, please do consider leaving a like on the video before you leave, and also subscribing if you're new with notifications on so you never miss a video. If you did enjoy the video, that is, of course. But we have got some big news that has just come out. I was going to do my Venom trailer breakdown, but I wanted to talk about this first, and this is the fact that Joaquin Phoenix has been reportedly cast by Variety as the Joker in the Todd Phillips solo Joker movie. So this is quite big. We were expecting this movie to come out, and we haven't really had much news from the DC camp for quite some while. So the new Joker movie is coming out. It's going to be directed by Todd Phillips. Todd Phillips, you will know from the Hangover movies. He was directing that and was involved with that really kind of groundbreaking trilogy of movies, which sadly got worse as the movies progressed, but is still a big name and has made some pretty decent comedies since then. And he is working on this Joker movie, and well, I guess it kind of makes sense that we're actually going to be getting a comedic director who will be playing or kind of directing and developing a Joker movie, who is, well, you know, technically a comedian. In one of his origin stories, he was a failed comedian as well. So that, I think that's a pretty interesting casting here for this. Now, Joaquin Phoenix is, well, he is weird. He did have the movie in 2010, I'm Still Here, which was just absolutely bizarre. He was in the media for a while for being really eccentric, but it was supposed to be a whole persona and things like that. I'm not so sure, to be honest, but I think he's a decent choice for the Joker. Really, kind of anyone, I think. We can't really rule anyone out as the Joker, because a lot of people, including myself, ruled out Heath Ledger, and he went on to be arguably the greatest cinematic Joker of all time, albeit he was very different to the rest. He was very good, and I really did like that role in The Dark Knight. Now, the question is, we already have a Joker, and the Joker is Jared Leto. He is in the DC universe, he was in the DCEU, and most recently he popped up, of course, in Suicide Squad. It was his debut there inside the DCEU. Now, the problem is, we've got two Jokers. So, the Jokers, it's interesting because Jared Leto, seemingly after the whole thing that happened with Suicide Squad, once that was panned and came out, and he seemed really, really angry and upset that he was kind of missold the movie. He was sold it in a bit of a different way. And, well, it does very much seem like the Joker was just completely tacked on to this movie just to show the backstory of Harley Quinn. And really, he was expecting something just a tad more. And really, I think that a lot of people didn't really like Jared Leto's version of the Joker. Personally, I actually quite liked it. Now, the look of the character, I really didn't like the damaged tattoo on the head. That was terrible. But I think he did a good job playing the Joker. He was playing a different version of the Joker, and there are many different versions and types of the Joker, to be honest, because in the current DC Comics timeline, we've got 3 Jokers. That was one of the mysteries when DC Rebirth kicked off a couple of years ago. I can't believe I'm saying a couple of years ago. Time flies, doesn't it? But the interesting thing here is that we're getting quite a few DC movies, and there has been a rumour that this could be exploring the Elseworlds, and the Elseworlds is a DC imprint, which is DC comic books that are actually outside of the canon or the timeline and things like that. And these involve iconic storylines such as Gotham by Gaslight, and also other ones such as Superman Red Sun. Now, other ones have actually been brought into the DC timeline, such as the Kingdom and Kingdom Come. They've been brought in recently. And also, these timelines, or these worlds, have been brought in during the 52 weekly series, and some of these have also been referenced in the kind of the multiverse world of DC. Okay, so that could be interesting. It could also be the multiversity storyline, which is well, kind of different worlds, all different kind of universes and things like that, which was written by Grant Morrison. So there is those kind of two things there, and that could mean that we might get different movies outside of the canon. There might be different Earths, and we might get things like Superman Red Sun, which is where Superman was actually born, or kind of landed more even, in Russia, which leads to the whole Red Sun name. So the fact is that this is an origin movie, and we will be exploring the origin of the Joker in this movie. So the Joker will be explored quite in depth. We did see kind of brief things in Suicide Squad about the Joker's origin, but this is outside of the DCEU, so we could possibly see a different origin. Now, one of the main ones here is the fact that he was the Red Hood, who was a big villain of Batman, kind of a original villain of Batman, and then he was chased and fell into the Ace Chemicals vat. This then led to him becoming the Joker as we know now, but this has also been adapted for him to actually be a failed stand-up comedian. This led to him actually kind of doing a crime to gain money, and then that's what led to this. And also we got the Jack storyline, where he was a small-time criminal who became obsessed with Batman. So there's quite a lot going on here, and the fact that Joaquin Phoenix is playing the Joker, I think, is pretty decent. I think he's a decent actor, to be honest. He's been in some really, really good movies. Maybe my favourite of his is possibly Walk the Line. He was also in a film called Buffalo Soldiers, which I believe it was set during in the kind of the 80s, during the time when the US soldiers were in West Germany and things like that. And I really highly recommend checking out this film. It's actually really underrated, in my opinion. I think it's really, really good. So you should go and check out that movie if you can. And, well, it does give an insight to him, kind of the actor, playing a criminal and, well, you know, being slightly evil and things like that. But the idea that he's playing the role, I think, is going to be really, really cool. And the fact that, well, this is happening, still going ahead, is a sign that maybe they are kind of abandoning the shared universe that they've set up so far. So it's not looking good, really, and they need all the help they can get, to be honest. But that is it for this video. Please drop a like. Please do subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.